What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be working on a car that I don't believe has been on the channel yet, but it is my 2000 Audi S4. So let me show you what we got going on here. Alright, so yeah, I decided to go single turbo. Not anything crazy on the turbo. Right now it's currently just a 5858 turbo. Plenty of room for going bigger on that. White Dog Racing turbo kit and front mount intercooler. And then upgraded rods, 2.8 cams, 034 fuel rails. If you can see them in there, they're getting pretty dusty from sitting. 034 fuel rails with 1000cc injectors. And then around the back, I went way overboard on my fueling for this turbo setup. I could have probably stayed stock and just threw a bigger pump in the tank, but I was like, this setup looks cool, so I'm gonna try it. So I have triple 450 pumps in the back with the surge tank. Right now, the wiring is pretty scarce. I just have one hooked up right now. The wires are just kind of on it roughly. Still got to clean all that up, wire my next ones. Probably going to end up just running 2 of them for now. I'm guessing that's going to be plenty of fuel for my setup. So I got to hook up the second one with the Hob switch and a boost reference. And then, yeah, black interior, 6-speed manual. But so tonight we're going to be working on, I did the 2.0 coil conversion swap on it. Tried wiring in my own adapters, got the pigtails, and tried wiring them in myself. I don't know what I did wrong, but it was only running on 2 cylinders, so not ideal at all. So I messed around with it a little bit. I'm guessing my connectors just weren't crimped right or something, but I got tired of messing with it and picked up the new TOT coil pack conversion harness from PJ Kennedy. I'll link his Facebook or Instagram in the description of this video then. But so that's what we're going to be working on tonight. So far, I'm really impressed. Like, let me see here. Everything is marked. You got all the cylinders marked. Everything looks amazing on the harness. I already got the one wire that goes into the orange plug under the ECU into pin 1 on the plug. And now I just got to run each wire for each cylinder. They're going to be getting pinned into the smaller of the ECU plugs. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight, getting those wires into there, and then obviously plugging them into our coil packs, and hopefully it starts and runs on all 6 cylinders this time instead of just 2. So yeah, I'm going to try to do a little bit of a, not really a DIY, just kind of video as I go. This is the first time I'm installing one of these. I don't really know what I'm doing that much on it, but we're going to give it a shot and hopefully it works. Also, leave a comment what you think about my exhaust setup right now. Right now, the wastegate pipe is just temporary. That was just to get it running so we didn't have flames shooting out into my wiring harness. So the wastegate dump pipe will be getting rerouted. I want to wrap it up around and probably bring it up right alongside the exhaust pipe here. I decided I've never had a hood dump. I was like, I'm going to try it on this one. It's not really going to be a daily driver. It might be a daily driver. I better not say that because it'll probably end up being a daily driver. But I wanted something a little different, and I wanted to see fire. It's going to be fun because this one should shoot some nice flames. So yeah, comment below what you think of it, if you like the hood dump, or if I should put a proper exhaust on it. Alright, so got this wire in, so now I gotta somehow find the numbers on these plugs. I got my iPad up here with the picture he sent me with the ECU pin number for each wire. He has, I don't know if you can see it there, but he has a little color-coded sleeve over each wire, which makes it really nice to be able to tell which wire is which. So I'm going to go ahead and untape this. Tried not to bend any of these pins. Those are very tiny pins. Alright, I'm going to need a light to be able to try to see those numbers. Alright, so we might as well start with cylinder 1, which is the brown wire, and that goes to ECU pin number 102. Alright, that plug is 102, 106 to 113, so it's going to be on the black plug. Or wait, on the back side of this one. Yeah, there we go, 98 to 105, so 98. So, man, those numbers are tiny. 198, 99, 100 is zero, no wire. One. So this little green, let me double check that. So I think I'm going to try using a little razor blade. $98, 99, 100, 101, 102. Oh. It's actually not too bad. So now I just need to make sure I get them in the right way. So the little thing that catches, the little tab that catches is to the side of the plug. And I want the brown wire. So this is where it's really handy. He has them color coded. The little collar down in there. You pull it up so you can see it. So that makes it really handy to see which is which and get the right one in. Pry that little tab over there. Make sure my wire is seated. All right, so there's the first one. Now we move on to cylinder 2, and that's the red. That goes to pin 110. All right, so 98 to 105, I'm assuming it's going to be, yeah, 106. I think my light is dying on me. 106, 7, 8, 9, 10. They actually come out pretty easy. I was a little worried because I never have good luck with trying to unpin connectors. Alright, so let's find the red one. They snap right in. I'll pry the little tab over again just to make sure they're locked in properly. Alright, that one went easy enough. Now on to cylinder 3. That That is the orange wire, and that goes into pin number 94. So I believe that one will be on the black plug here. $90 to $97. So 94, 90, 91. That is the gray and yellow wire here. Pull that one out, and that is going to be the orange one on our new wiring. Let's pull this one out. Give it a little, just a gentle tug. All right, half done. Cylinder 4 will be pin 103, which will be 82, 89. That'll be back on the white plug here. $106 to $113 is going to be on this side. $105 to $98. $98. So 98. 103. So right beside the wire for cylinder 1. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these wires yet. I might just snip them back for now if everything works. I want to plug everything in, make sure everything works before I get rid of any of them. But I have my main wiring harness routed underneath my intake manifold, coming up between the manifold for each coil pack, just for a cleaner look. So I might just snip them back underneath there for now. And then at some point, I'll probably pull my intake manifold again, and what I should do is open up my wiring harness, take all the wiring out that's not getting used anymore, and rewrap everything just for a cleaner harness. All right, so cylinder 4 is the yellow wire. You can see the little yellow collar on it. All right, on to cylinder 5. And that one is going to be the green wire going into pin 111. So that will be on this side again. So 106, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We want to be the 11. So 6. And that is the green wire. So right here. All right, one more. Cylinder 6, the blue wire, and that goes to pin 95. I believe that will be back on the black plug. We have from 82 to 89 on that side, and then 90 to 97. So 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Yep, 95. That's the gray wire. Hardest thing is getting a hold of these small wires to twist them to where they're twisted the right way to snap in. All right, just like that. Well, that part was easy enough, and I think that was the hardest part. I'm gonna have to go back into I took a picture before I pulled these out. I believe the black one was on the bottom and the white one was on the top here in the plug. Actually, it'll probably say right here. 86 to 113. Yeah, so try to fish some of these old wires out. So yeah, they just simply slide right in there, and then I'm gonna have to put my little purple clips back in there. Don't think I would have had to take this one out, but it's already out. Now it needs to go back in. Alright, we're going to give it a little bit of persuasion. There we go. Force doesn't always work, but it works a lot more times than it doesn't work. Alright, so before I do anything with this wiring and put the cap back on, I'm going to plug it in and just make sure, try to start it and see if it works. So for now, we'll pop this in. And we're going to have to get under here to plug this one in. All right, so that part is done. Got the ECU wiring all done. So now we got 2 grounds. Let's see. This one gets ground on the chassis, so that one's going to be going right there on the firewall ground. And then I have one more ground here that needs to go to either somewhere on the engine block or on the engine. So I have a ground right there on my valve cover. I'll probably try there first. If that doesn't work, I might try to find a spot somewhere on the intake manifold. But for now, we're going to try the ground on top of the valve cover there. And yeah, plug all the coil packs in and we'll see if it fires up. All right, for right now, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to route all this. For now, I'm just going to run everything underneath my intercooler pipe there, and just to plug everything in, see if it works. And then I'll mess around with routing everything the way I want, making it look a little cleaner. But right now, I'm just a little anxious to see if it works. I've had so much trouble with my own wiring, messing around with trying to get the plugs that I wired on for the conversion to work without any luck. So I'm pretty excited that this will actually finally make it run on all 6 cylinders. Also, a big shout out to Brad Watkins. He's the one tuning it, and I was supposed to have it ready to tune, would have been last fall. So when I got the bass tune flashed on it when I got it running the first time. With me saying it should be ready to tune and finish up in about 2 weeks. Well, here we are over a year later and still not ready to tune. But hopefully, we plug these things in and it fires right up. I have a lot of extra wires to clean up and get rid of on this thing. Okay, so I believe that is bank 1. Intake ground. Cylinder 3, 2, and 1. He has each individual cylinder marked, which is amazing. It makes it really nice. So 6, 5, and 4. Okay, we got cylinder 3, 2, and 1. Cylinder 2. Cylinder 1. All right. Untangle these. 6, 5, and 4. I also rewired my own injectors, which thankfully I must have gotten those right because it seems to be getting fuel, which I'm very thankful for because I will admit I'm not the greatest at doing wiring. So one thing that works is better than nothing that works. Alright, so this ground is off my original harness that I had wired in, which clearly didn't work. So I should be able to pull that one out of there for now and put the new one in here on the firewall. Alright, one more ground and we're ready to fire it up. That's the old one. This is the one I need. Alright. Alright, so we got the full harness installed. You see we got all three plugged in, got the chassis or the engine ground on the valve cover there. The chassis ground running under here to the firewall there. Like I said, I will be taking all this back off. I need to clear out all my old wires. I got a whole mess of wiring here, and I want to reroute the new harness properly. I might try the original harness around the stock setup would run right across the back here and split off for each bank. So with the turbo here, it's going to make it a little tougher. So I'll probably end up running it underneath the intake manifold again and running it up in between each manifold port there, just for a cleaner look. So everything will be coming back off and I'll be redoing it. But for now, I just want to get it installed and see if it fires. All right, so before we start, got to connect the battery again. It is completely dead, of course. I need to figure out there's something off of my alternator wiring, and it is killing the battery. So I'm gonna throw a battery pack on it, and in his instructions, he sends a nice email with all the instructions for the install on the harness. And you want to connect the battery again, turn the key on to the on position, and let it sit for a minute to let the throttle body adjust or readapt. So let's go find a battery pack. Got the RS6 sitting here. Sadly, that one is leaving tomorrow. Gonna be a little sad to see it go, but on to bigger and better, I guess. We got Brendan's B5 sitting on the lift still, collecting dust. Got the S8 on that lift, getting a water pump. So yeah, the shop's a little full right now. let's go turn the key on. There went my iPad. Luckily, we got a good case on it. With the battery being dead, as soon as you turn the key on, the wipers start going. So let's try that again. All right, so we'll let that sit for a minute and we're gonna give it a crank, see if it starts. All right, guys, moment of truth. Let's see if she fires. Let me find my keys again. Oh yeah. She's running again. All right, guys, well, I'd call that a success. It finally runs on all 6 cylinders. So now we just need to go and get all the wiring cleaned up, get rid of all my old wiring, reroute the new harness properly, and then I got to put, basically what I need to do to get it out on the road to be able to finish the tuning is, got to weld a bung for my AFR gauge sensor. That'll be going right into the exhaust, probably somewhere right about here. Finish wiring the AFR gauge in, finish up my fuel pump wiring, and that's basically it. Got to make some heat shields. I was thinking I'd just wrap this, but I really like how this one turned out, and I like how the welds look. So I'm going to try to make some heat shields that basically cover the whole intake manifold with all my wiring underneath that. So that's going to be a little bit of work. And yeah, I'm sure there'll be, alternator wiring. Going to have to go over my alternator wiring, get that sorted out. And then I'm sure with any project car, there'll be about 100 other little things that pop up, but we're slowly getting closer and made a little bit of progress tonight. A lot more than I've made in the last while, so I'm pretty hyped. I can't wait to get this thing out on the road and see what it actually does. That'll be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and maybe it'll help you out on yours. I'd highly suggest don't waste your time on trying to do your own, making your own harness for how cheap. I think it was 250 bucks for this harness, for how affordable it is, and saves yourself a lot of time, and it seems to work. So I'm really happy with it. Yeah, I would tag PJ Kennedy in the description if you're wanting to get yourself a harness. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you on the next one.